Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for taking the time on your Sunday, Christmas morning and afternoon to listen to the I Am Real Estate Show. You're here with Ray Smith and John McClain and my beautiful wife, Sandra Johnson.
Yeah, we're like a little Christmas present for them, aren't we?
Yeah. We thought
I hope it gets better than this.
we thought we'd take the time on this show to retrospect and review last year and how much stuff we've done since we've been on the radio show. Talk a little bit about the guests we've had, our sponsors, and a little bit of things we've been just trying to think about that's been happening in the last couple of years. But I'll let Sandra take it over because you want to talk a little bit about what we've been through in the real estate year in the last year.
Mm.
Yeah,
real estate world in the last year.
A lot, yeah.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year for real estate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for a lot of agents that were recently licensed, it's just been throw a sign in the yard and sell a house kind of real estate. We used to sit down and talk to our sellers about, you know, we're going to go on the market on Friday. We're going to hold the house open over the weekend. We'll present all your offers on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just the norm for quite some time.
Mm.
So, yeah, we definitely have seen a shift in the market. We've seen a lot of changes with interest rates going up.
Mm.
And so it has been, I mean, even COVID, you know, we weren't sure what was going to happen when things started shutting down and you started seeing the stock market responding to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people thought, you know, this is it. Everybody's going to, the housing market's going to just crash. And I mean, there were a lot of people out there that were very concerned. And we had a listing that closed right after things shut down. And we sold quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And prices weren't impacted. And in fact, people were looking to make a move because they were, you know, working from home. And so if the kids were, you know, doing school from home, they're working from home, people were still looking to, you know, accommodate their family needs. So real estate really didn't take a negative impact.
They were saying they needed more room when you're home and you're home and your kids are home, everyone's in the same house.
Mm-hmm. We
needed more space. You need space for them to play. You need space for them to go to school. And you need space for you to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so we found a couple of clients that we just need a bigger space because we just don't have enough space for all of us right now.
Yeah.
So they really believed that this was the way they were going to go. They knew that they were not going to go back into the office. That both of them were going to be working from home.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't know how long the kids were going to stay. So that we have to have a bigger place. So there was one thing I learned about real estate. There's always a reason why somebody wants to buy a house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to hope that it's your client and that you can find them something that they're looking for.
Yeah.
And we've been blessed enough to have that kind of thing happen to us over a period of time.
We have been. Real estate's been a great career path for both of us.
Mm.
And something we enjoy. We enjoy what it does for families, you know, whether we had a young woman who was in the military and finishing up her schooling here, and to be able to see her come in and, you know, spend some time in Tucson and walk away with a nest egg was just the greatest thing in the world, the greatest feeling in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so proud of the choices that she made and other clients as well that have been really blessed by the decisions that they've made recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for me, from my perspective, especially not being a real estate agent, but being kind of, you know, so close of friends with you guys, and, you know, this all starting off me having you guys on our show and learning about kind of the real estate from that angle this year, you know, and then in this same year, you guys deciding to do your own radio show, you know, going on what seems like a year now. And I've seen through you at the beginning of the year, we had twice the amount of real estate agents that had their licenses in the county than the amount of houses on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's a tough one.
You know, a radical change in interest rates, like just like I saw a lot of crazy stuff through this show, through this experience. So I guess kind of speak about that more over the year, like what does that change look like? And, you know, kind of where were we and where do we make it to now?
I think that the main thing was trying to get people to understand that no matter what your market you're in, waiting was never an option.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was seller heavy or buyer heavy, we didn't think that waiting was always an option. And some people thought we wanted to wait. We thought it was a good idea to wait, but then the people who was waiting in January wanted to wait, and they're waiting for March. Now it's too late. The people waited in March. They couldn't get in June because the rates were too high. And the people in June couldn't do anything because now everyone else is doing other things and buying bigger homes and like, well, when's the interest rate going to go down?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll keep waiting and waiting. And what all it did is that the market just changed. It just shifted.
Mm-hmm.
It shifted from being more of a seller market to more of a buyer's market.
Well, and
so-
we still have a buyer's market. I
Yeah.
mean, a seller's market, because what you're looking for a balanced market is 6 months worth of inventory.
Mm.
So that means that if no new houses came on the market, we would run out of houses to sell in 6 months.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't been balanced for a very long time.
Mm.
Now we have seen things change in the way that we write offers,
Yes.
but we're still
Yes.
writing offers.
Which is a
we're-
great thing, yeah.
Yeah, we're closing on a house before the end of the year. I think Raymond's sending out an offer today. I mean, people are still
Mm.
looking, they're still buying, they're still selling. It's just a different way of approaching the market because interest rates are higher.
Mhm.
I
And
used, to,
so,
I used to tell people all the time when I was in the military, flexibility is the key to air power. And then I'm going to start saying flexibility is the key to real estate now
Mm.
because you have to be flexible and you have to be able to adapt to the circumstances that you're in.
Mhm.
Don, who's our designated broker, always said that, we have to be able to understand what the market is, be able to explain that best to our clients.
Mhm.
And so that once they understand what's going on and what the market they're in, then we can go either sell their house or find them in the house. But you have to understand what market you're in and what to expect.
Mhm. Yeah, it just changes the way you approach the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we were to look at what the National Association of Realtors most recent report was, they're expecting that prices are still going to increase next year.
Mm.
It's going to be fairly flat.
Mhm.
Some areas you're going to see a little decrease. Other areas, they're saying an overall increase of 0.3%. So, I
Interesting.
mean, that's fairly flat.
Mhm.
Our time on market, we know, is a little bit longer, but we also know that interest rates are beginning to come down.
Mhm.
And I think that's going to have a big impact on days on market
Mm.
because people that have been priced out of the market, once they have the opportunity again, and now we have maybe a little bit more inventory on the market,
Mhm.
it's going to be an opportunity that they didn't have a year ago.
Mm.
And so that's kind of what we're looking forward to. They are predicting a slight decline, well, actually 6.8% decline in sales for 2023.
Interesting.
But we have had a very
Yeah.
robust market. So that is a decline, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to be selling real estate. We're going to be selling a lot of real estate,
Mm.
even in this market.
That's good news.
So the chief economist, Lawrence Yun, is predicting, like I say, that about half of the country is going to increase, about half will decrease in prices. So it kind of depends on the area you're in.
We're talking a little about the real estate market and what we've seen in the past year and trying to get a retrospective of it. We thought when we come back, we try to find out what are you guys doing for your holiday spirits? What are some of the things that you're doing that are your things that you do for Christmas? We want to talk a little bit about our sponsors and also a little bit about the nonprofits and all the people who came on the show. We want to thank everybody who came on the show. We're really appreciative. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show. Ray Smith, Sandra Johnson, and our guest host, John McClain, all here. Wishing you a Merry, Merry Christmas. My wife said I cannot sing, so all I'm going to sing is Merry Christmas to everyone.
We love you singing. What are you talking about?
Welcome back to the show, everyone. You listen to the I Am Real Estate Show. We're here on KVOI 1030 AM, The Voice.
Yeah, we were just, we want to wrap up a little bit on the housing market before we move on. I wanted to mention that we do have a listing that is available right now out in Corona de Tucson.
Mm.
It is 710 East Blue Mesa Place, about 2,300 square feet. It's got great views. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, just waiting to find its new owner. And then we also just put a new, the price on that was $430,000. And we are just put a new house on the market in Tucson Estates as well. and that's at 2320 South Diamond D, 575 to 600,000 range price. But that one's in the process of being built, and we have a builder that we've been working with a little bit, and the quality of the construction is absolutely phenomenal. We have been so blessed in so many ways, but to have met this builder, he is doing 2x6 construction. He, as a standard, is putting in recessed lighting, conduit for your solar should you want to add in solar, the tankless hot water system, putting in a humidifier. Help me out here.
Top of the line appliances and countertops, tile and everything. Everything is always above approach. I think when you sit back, the quality of work that he's using and trying to sell his homes and build his homes. He's building like he said. Every home he builds like he was going to move into it. Yeah. So it has everything that he thought it would need to have.
Yeah. Sometimes as agents, we're like, you're not going to get paid for that. Like he was looking for land out in Vail, and he wanted gas to the property, and he said, well, I guess I could put in propane. And I just looked at him and said, nobody's going to pay you to put in propane. You're going to get the same price for the house, whether you put in a propane tank or not. So, as a business decision, people will use electric and not have to have gas. But he just has so much pride in the quality of work that he's doing that if I tell him that the market's really good and you're going to do better on the house, he's just going to add another feature for you.
So
he's putting in electric vehicle chargers, and
he's also putting in a golf cart for
this house. Yep, this will be a 2.5 car garage, 24 foot, because you want to be able to get your truck parked in there. A lot of your new construction, the garages are just very small, so the bigger SUVs and stuff don't fit. So really just his standard build is so far above what you normally see, and we're so blessed to be working with him.
Yeah.
And
the thing we want to bring out to the people out there is that if you have land and you've been waiting on land and you're looking for someone to help to build, we think we have the right guy for you. So give us a call.
Right. And he's not doing a lot of houses, though. I mean,
he's very
a couple
particular.
A year.
He's not doing like trying to do 5 houses in one time. He's going to take your house, and you are going to be the priority, and he's going to work on your house and on your timeline and get you in there as soon as possible. That's the thing about it. He's very meticulous about how he builds. So we love working with him, and he loves working. He's like us. He's a relationship person. So when we get a client, we all do the same thing. We take care of that client first and take care of everything else. Yeah.
So you can check that out in MLS as well, or you can text us or give us a call at 520-850-1725 or 520-904-7711.
Say it one more time. That was just too cute. I couldn't get over the Ray with the at. What are those numbers again?
520-850-1725. Or you can reach Ray at 520-904-7711. So we also wanted to talk about the holidays, though. It is Christmas, and it's my favorite holiday.
If I can hold it just for a second.
Okay.
Just because I definitely want to make sure we wrap up this kind of like this real estate piece. And I wish we actually would have done more of these kind of like your listing spotlights more often, because this is, I think, is very useful for the listeners to, one, know that these listings are out there, what's available to them, and two, like you're breaking down, like you guys got some ins on some builders, some inspectors, all the kind of the litany of people they need connection to. You are the guys that they get connected to get connected to them.
Yeah,
so
trying to be a full service, like you said. Yeah, 100%. We want, when you come to us, we want to be able to give you answers, answers and solutions. I think solutions the more you want. If you have a problem, we want to have the solution. If not, we're not saying we are the solution. We're darn sure to can do it to get you to that solution.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, the listeners haven't really even gotten to meet all of the vendors that we work with. We have a gentleman that does our sewer line scoping for us.
Yep.
And you know what we love about him is that he doesn't do the work. So he's not a commissioned salesperson coming out to inspect the lines hoping to find something that's wrong with them. He is totally neutral.
Yeah.
And so there are times, when you have, especially, I'm going to say a roof is the best example of a situation where you'll get a company in that says, oh yeah, we can fix this for $2,500. And then on the other end of it, you could have 3 or 4 companies come in, and there may be someone that comes in and says it's going to be 25,000.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's nice when you have someone who is not looking for work,
Mm-hmm.
that is completely not invested in what the results of those tests are, that will just give you straight up what the answer is. So we absolutely love him. Matter of fact, he's affordable sewer and drain.
Mm-hmm.
And so he will do a clean out for you, but he's not going to be replacing pipes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, the thing I loved about just, you guys being me and my wife's real estate agent and us buying our house this year is, once I got with you guys, not only, is it easy to be friends with you guys in general and easy to trust you guys. Once I got with you guys helped me better trust these other vendors, this litany of vendors that I don't know who they are from Adam.
yeah,
but
how do you
I
know?
knew-
Most people are going to be happy with their real estate agent. They don't really know if they had a great transaction or not. And the same thing with their home inspector. You don't have anything to compare that with.
Mhm.
Where we see home inspections constantly. And so when we're looking for someone, we kind of have a measuring stick that we can
Mhm.
measure to. We have expectations. We want to know, are they not just licensed, but do they carry E&O insurance?
Mm.
They don't have to.
Mhm.
Legally, they don't have to have E&O, but we want to make sure they have E&O. The quality of that inspection, unless you're looking at multiple inspections, you really don't have a way of judging that. So we really have tried to align ourselves with people that we feel are the best at what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I definitely, just to give kind of like that final seal of approval from John McClain, man, me and my wife, our whole family, we couldn't be any happier in our house. It was perfect. It was, exactly what we were looking for. As we went through the whole process, it was as smooth as we could possibly have asked for. So, man, we're still so very thankful to the work you guys did to help us get here, because we're living the dream now. And
Yeah, you guys
made
are
it
pretty great
possible.
clients too. And
Yeah.
she's got a good eye.
That's not
that
bad.
helps.
That's pretty lucky sometimes to have great clients like you guys who sit there. And tough part is that we know that it's difficult for when a person has to make a decision. You're basing it off of what we provide you.
Mm.
So we take it very seriously when we provide you information, when we're providing you clients, when we're providing you vendors, that we're making sure that we're doing the best we can to give you the best you can get,
Mm-hmm.
because you're expecting the best out of us, and we're expecting the best out of the people that we suggest for you guys to use.
Yeah, and let's not. I want to say it was Michael Oakland with Horizon Inspections.
Mm-hmm.
You worked with John Spur with
Mhm.
Inspired Life Mortgage, and then Rigo from Rigo Pest Inspections, and they are all leaders in their industry. Really, we can't say enough about them.
I'm going to give you some phone numbers again. If you're looking to buy or sell your home or have any questions concerning real estate, you know us, guys. We'd love to help you. Just give us a call. We are now the Johnson Smith team at 520-850-1725 or 520-904-7711. We're glad you're here. It's Christmas, and we know you're sitting by the campfire. It's cold out there. You should be inside. Go inside, get by the fireplace. Welcome back and Merry Christmas, everybody. We're back on the show with Ray Smith, Sandra Johnson, and John McClain. You're on the listening to the IM Real Estate Show, and we're going to talk a little bit about traditions. I think that's a pretty cool thing. I think you all have those little traditions that you do that remind you of Christmas, that give you that spirit. I can tell you mine. Mine is Christmas doesn't start until I hear Nat King Cole singing my song.
Mm-hmm.
And when I hear, Chestnut Open Fire, I think it's called Christmas Song. Well, every time I hear that song, that's when I know Christmas starts.
Yeah.
I can't even start Christmas without that song. Once that starts, I don't care what day that we can put up the tree. Cause I can tell you this year, I think we put up the tree like on August 5th. I don't know. We put
It
up so
was
early.
not. It was before Thanksgiving, though. Don't be hating. Don't be hating on me.
She just likes decorating. She likes the festive spirit. I'm all about it. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just be honest. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
And I want to enjoy it. As a matter of fact, I was looking at the tree probably last week going, it's almost over. I can't believe Christmas is like almost over.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we've been really busy. We're getting ready for the Arizona Bowl. And so we haven't had like a lot of people come to our home.
Mm.
And I haven't got to share that with a lot of friends.
Mhm.
You guys got to
we
come
got
over
to
and
see.
see.
Yeah, it's
I
beautiful.
it
felt
came
like
with a warning. I
Yeah.
told John.
I felt
I'm
like I stepped into Santa Claus's house. I was like, oh, hello.
Yeah, so I love it. I love.
Yeah, it's great.
I used to decorate the tree before my kids. Like after Thanksgiving, the kids would go off to school, and when they came home one day, the tree would just be decorated. It would be ready for Christmas. And then I tried getting them involved in it. Do you guys want to decorate? And they were just like, no. We expect it to just be done.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a year that I wasn't going to do a tree, and my kids about lost it. They're like, well, why not? It was such a big thing to them. So now that they're adults and have children of their own, that tree, it goes up. And it's funny because they are very festive, and I don't have to put all the ornaments on their trees.
Nice.
They are capable of really celebrating. And so, yeah, it's fun to see your kids and how what you share with them impacts them.
Give us one of your traditions, John.
Well, the funny thing, definitely growing up as a kid, I think like a lot of people, for us, particularly with my parents, it was setting up the Christmas tree and all that the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like that was the main thing, the day after Thanksgiving. And then kind of like as I grew up, funny enough, one part of my life, I used to hang Christmas lights for other people. So,
Really?
Yeah. So the day after Thanksgiving, my Christmas light business would go to town, and we'd hang lights all the way to Christmas Day. But now, as I'm an older person, and my boys are teenagers, and I have children that are adults in their own right. I get to go to football games on Christmas Day, and I get to go to basketball the day before. But I love the holiday spirit. I just love the holiday season so much. But because people are nice and they're loving, and
they don't drive well. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but they're charitable.
They are,
and they're
absolutely
giving, and they're sweet, and they're just like they're how I am every day. So for me, like I definitely try to like support people in this time of year, no matter what they're celebrating, just because like it's the spirit I want people to have year round. Like I'm about this. So
do you have like a thing that got to be on a thing that has to be on the tree, or something that you have to have all the time when all the decorations go up?
Back when when it was my thing, definitely the different type of star was the thing. And like sometimes a star would be something funny, like a Dallas Cowboys helmet, or sometimes a star would be that angel, holding the star.
So Candace's picture is going to be on the top of the tree.
Oh yeah,
is that what
she's
I'm
definitely
hearing?
the star in our household. We know that. Yeah, absolutely.
I bring it up because Sandra will tell you that my thing is in nutcrackers. I am a avid guy about nutcrackers. I don't know how this happened. I just do know that what my favorite song after Thanksgiving, I used to put up the tree. The girls would hear that song, that Nat King Cole song, like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh gosh, she's putting up the tree. Then the spirit would go for everything else. And the other thing, I just love the two things. I love the Nutcracker, the ballet. Oh, it's my favorite.
I was going to ask you that actually, if you were actually talking about.
I
just saw it for the first time. Actually.
Really?
Yeah, one of our clients.
Her daughter was
in the Nutcracker. Yeah, so it was so much fun to get to see her.
I saw it as a child and was a fan as a child. Yeah. Is that where you were at with it, or like?
No,
when did you really
I got it older in. Well, I was trying to start traditions with my kids, and I said, you know what? Every year we're going to do something. And I was in Germany at the time. I was stationed in Germany, and I got to go. Heard about the Nutcracker. It was on TV. And I'm like, wow.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Yeah. I'm kleine.
Yeah.
Ein BSYB is all I know.
So I hope that was allowed on the radio. I have no idea what that means.
One beer, or two beer.
2 beer, and kleine is small.
Yeah.
Kleine is small. Yeah, so we were sitting there and we had it on it, and I'm like, whoa, I want to do this every year. So me and my daughter, we would go to Nutcracker every year. And then, after the third year, like, we're not going anymore.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going by myself then. I said, what are you saying going? But that was my thing. And so we went in there, and we just went to one this year, and I actually got a Nutcracker from watching the ballet Nutcracker. It was the best day ever.
Talk about a great sales opportunity right there. You sell the Nutcrackers as people are leaving the show. Yeah, we actually have quite a few Nutcrackers. I didn't have a single one in my house before I met and married Raymond. That wasn't part of our tradition at all. And now you would think that we were always huge fans.
So you weren't big into pecans and almonds and that type of stuff before with salt?
No,
No.
not so
Yeah, okay.
much.
Well,
yeah. No. I had
Different strokes, different
hazelnut
folks.
trees at
Okay.
at my house.
Mhm.
This is my memory of nuts. I mean, my dad used to love to have the nuts that
Mm.
sitting in a bowl that you'd have to crack. But we would have hazelnuts or filberts.
Mm.
And I remember biting into those. No one ever sprayed the trees or anything,
Mhm.
Oh,
so
wow.
you'd get the little wormy nuts.
Yeah.
And it'd be a little surprise for
Mhm.
you there that you were not expecting. So I have these bad childhood memories of nuts.
So
yeah.
no, okay,
But I
fair
do
enough.
like them now, but they
Yeah.
come in packages and I
Yeah.
don't have to worry about it.
Well, it's definitely part of my Christmas memories, the nuts. Like my mom, not only with the actual nut cracker, but just cracking nuts and dipping them in salt and, just sitting
Wow.
there eating a little snack as she watched Murder, She Wrote.
I have
Yeah,
never,
right
I've
in the
never
nuts,
done
yeah.
that. Never
Yeah.
had salt.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't that
Mm.
crazy?
Yeah.
So we tried I candied nuts last year. I haven't done it in years, but I do know how to make marshmallows.
Mm.
And homemade marshmallows are the best. My
Interesting.
kids will tell you that it's not the holidays without homemade cinnamon rolls.
Okay.
They will be very disappointed if they don't get homemade cinnamon rolls. So
Yeah, and they're serious about that.
yeah,
I
they
can see
are.
that.
Yeah.
I can see it.
There's no
Yeah.
Christmas without cinnamon rolls.
Mm.
Well, thank you guys. We'll be back in a little bit. We're looking to buy a house or sell your home. Please give us a call. Just Ray Smith, Sandra Johnson of the Johnson Smith team. I'll say it again, 520-850-1725 or 520-904-7711. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show on 1030 AM The Voice. We'll be back to close it out and talk a little bit more about life.
Hey, welcome back from the break. This is Sandra Johnson. I'm here with Ray and John McLean, our guest host, and we just been talking a little bit about the holidays, and we want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
and we hope that everyone has a wonderful 2023, healthy and happy. But we also we just are, I think, just feeling that Christmas spirit and a lot of gratitude. And we wanted to take this time to thank the people that have supported us. And we need to start with John McLean.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, we would
Yeah.
not be on the air if it wasn't for John. One, inviting us to be a guest on Common Good Radio Show.
Mm.
And then just kind of talking to us about a need for someone to be talking about real estate.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I think that's first, is to say
Yeah.
thank you,
Thank
John.
you so much, John, for
Well,
having confidence in us.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for trusting me. Kind of
Yeah.
like me trusting you guys to buy a house. Like, thank you for trusting that. When I told you guys, I think you guys could do your own show. I think you guys really have the energy, the charisma, the articulation. You have the knowledge about real estate. I mean, I think that was the thing that really took me back when I had you guys on the Common Good Radio Show, was just like, you guys know your stuff. And like being, especially at that point, being a person that was, a novice at best in regards to the process of buying a house, like having you guys even explain to me what you explained on the show, it went a really long way. And me I'm living in a 5-bedroom house right now. It's like that even that concept is mind-boggling to me, because I mean, with your help and John Spur's help, and we'll segue with that. I've been able to, you guys help me dream dreams that I didn't even have for myself.
Yeah.
So I thank you guys for that.
You're
That's-
welcome.
that's an
We
awesome
appreciate
thing.
it. I mean, that's kind of humbles you sometimes. You sit there and think about it. That's what we want to do, and build relationships. Not only getting you in your home, but building relationships. Same thing with all of our sponsors. We can go down one of them at a time and talk about John Spur, who does. He's he's owner of Inspired Life Mortgage.
Mhm.
The guy cares about people. He cares about trying to get people in homes. He knows that it's an important thing, and he's willing to take the time, even if you're not ready now. He's willing to sit you to go
Mhm.
through the times and make sure that, hey, let's get you there. Let's find a process to get you where you need to get to.
Yeah, he actually has helped quite a few clients. There are people out there that they want the easy business,
Mm.
and it's a lot of work sometimes
Mm. Mhm.
to get someone in a position where they're ready to buy. And I just, he's helped people that didn't think that they were able. Well, you were one of those people
Mhm.
that just thought, I'm not going to be able to buy for a while, and he
Mhm.
has taken the time to help them through those steps. And the offer that Raymond's writing today actually is another client that it took him a couple months to get there, but he just held their hand and said, here's what you're going to do. And just took them step by step. And he cares a lot. And they're not buying $1 million house. Let's be honest. You're not in that position. You're buying a house that's going to come with a big paycheck at the end of the day. And the care that they get is just, it gives us so much confidence in recommending him.
Yes, we'd like to thank John Spur. And then we go to Rigo RC.
I was going to say something about John Spur if I could. Just, and you guys. I mean, I've noticed it recently with lawyers where, when you get a law degree, you have to be certain level of smart to get a law degree, but not every lawyer is smart.
Right.
And this is definitely the same thing with real estate agents, the same thing with mortgage lenders, same thing with probably with every profession. But with you guys and John Spur, it's been such a blessing because you guys are smart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think we have a solid team.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, John's brought stuff to the table that I've never heard before, and I've been doing this for over 8 years. And he said things
that guy's a brainiac.
I just look at him and go, I didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's genuine that he has, just been really, when he talked about interest rates always go up when you're competing with the retail market, and I wish I could tell you what month that was. I want to say October-ish. And he's like, the money out there, we're competing with the retail because they're getting ready for Christmas. And so interest rates always go up. No one's ever told me that, and I don't think it's significant and make a huge difference. But when your interest rates are already going up, that extra little nudge, hurts a little bit. So you just, he's been great.
Yeah. We talk
really great.
And we talk with a couple of our sponsors who are also our vendors. We talk about Rigo RC and Michael Oakland. Both of them guys on the show. We had such a good time with both of those guys. Rigo loves pests more than anyone I've ever met in my life.
I have never met anybody with that passion for pests.
Oh, my
Pest
gosh.
encyclopedia.
Yeah.
We said time and we talked about spiders. Like, spiders? Oh yeah. I'm like, oh, calm down.
I know. I never knew that October we put up spider webs and all that other stuff during Halloween time because this is spider season.
Yeah.
I thought it was because they were creepy.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was their
idea.
season. It is
their
like
season.
I had no idea. I just
We got to talk about the thesaurus, who is Michael Oakland.
Oh, yeah. Loquacious. Yeah.
You still keeping that word in your back
it.
pocket. Huh?
Got it.
You'll have to check out our Facebook page because my sister just put together a little piece for us. I think it was during the break when Michael was playing his air guitar.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she put a little music to that. And,
he's fun. The fun thing about Mike, I bet you get the best stuff during the breaks because, like, once he gets on air, he's super serious.
Yeah.
But off air, like, that's probably the funniest guy I know.
I was going to say, I don't think he's ever really super serious because,
Yeah, he can only be so serious. But yes, he is Michael Oakland. He is Ray's alter ego.
And he knows so much about the business, not only just about home inspection, but about building and about different, HVAC stuff. He knows about roofing. I mean, he knows. He's done most of those things as part-time stuff. So he's done all those things and then became a home inspector. So he brings so much knowledge to the field. It makes us so comfortable every time we call him out. And his packages that he presents to the clients are so readable to where when the clients reads with the inspection, they can say, "Oh yeah, I understand what you're telling me was wrong and what I need to fix."
Yeah.
So I think that helps out a lot when we have our conversation. When we're talking about business with our clients.
Yeah, as much as he likes those big words, he can kind of dumb it down for some of us that need it dumbed down. And just present it in such a way that I don't have to know how the HVAC works, but I can understand what you're telling me is wrong with it.
Yeah, the report that he gave when we bought our house or before we bought our house, I've never seen a more well put together report. Like, it really helped me understand not only what I needed to get done to even get in the house, but what I'll need to get done within the next 10 years.
Yes.
So, yeah, it was amazing.
He's thinking this always forward thinking. And before we go, last one I want to really talk about is our designated broken owner.
Yeah, Don Geisler.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, it was a year ago that I found Don, and he was working for the company that we used to work for, and he kind of just disappeared, if you will. And it was January, first week of January, I've got COVID, and I was down for about 3 weeks. And it like one day I thought, I wonder where Don went. And I looked him up and I saw he was with a new company.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to him and he said he was starting this company and it was called Indie, which is for independent.
Mhm.
And I was so excited. I had actually, interviewed a couple other companies and it just didn't feel right.
Mm.
So when I talked to Don, he said, I really wasn't ready to hire yet, but he said,
Mm.
there's nothing stopping me from it if you guys want to come on board. And of course, a lot of us that are in the industry have been working from home since COVID hit. And so it wasn't a big deal that the office wasn't open yet.
Mhm.
And it probably was probably one of the best business decisions that Raymond and I have made.
Mhm.
So
Interesting.
So we love Don. Wish we had another hour. We could talk all
Yeah,
day
we
about
could.
Don.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to sit there and talk about some of the other things we've had on the show. We had a lot of nonprofits that came on the show and talked to us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Southern Arizona Construction Career Day guy.
Mhm.
Ramon
Yeah, that was
came in.
a great
Yeah,
event.
Ramon's
Boys
a
and
man.
Girls Club director Denise came on the show. We also
Mhm.
had the executive director for the Arizona Bowl, who's Kim Adair. Arizona Bowl, 30th September, 30th December, guys. Come get your tickets, 2:30 at the Arizona Stadium. We also had a gift with Steve Cho and Sheila and Morgan.
Mhm.
Mm.
And they actually are doing a lot of amplifying of
Yeah.
donations.
Yeah.
So they're matching funds for a lot of and it's all local
Yeah.
Mhm.
organizations. So
Still talk about the Rotary Car Show. Chair. We had Bobby Larson to talk about the Rotary
Yeah,
Car
good
Show.
old Bobby.
And we also had a Jamie Brady, executive director of Hearts of Gold, which is
oh yeah,
great.
we love Jamie.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, it's a great,
Wow.
great.
Yeah, if you missed that show for sure, look up Hearts of Gold Tucson,
Mm.
supporting our local police department
Mhm.
and families that are impacted with health issues or other struggles, and
Mhm.
they're just doing great work out there.
And we had Tiana Kennedy for Gap Ministries here.
Yeah, we'll have her on the show. We had her on the show right before this show today. So
Okay, good.
yeah, Christmas
Awesome.
miracle.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And also Carrie Reed who from Reach for the Star.
hmm
Her and
Mhm.
I forgot what her husband's name was.
Carlos.
Carlos. And it was
yeah.
great to have that. And we want to thank all of our sponsors. A couple of things we're working about.
Oh,
And-
let's not go just yet. I also wanted to suggest that if you haven't done your year-end tax credit donations,
Mm-hmm.
there's a public school tax credit. The Institute for Better Learning, IBE, they have scholarships available for kids that are going to private school,
Mm.
and those tax credits are dollar for dollar tax credits as long as you qualify. Teen Challenge is another great organization. They're a Christian faith-based solution for people that are dealing with addictions. Junior Achievement.
Well, I'm actually the one of the board directors. I'm the vice chair for that, for board development for the Junior Achievement,
Yeah.
and Coaches for Charity, who also sit there and takes care of kids who are for sports oriented, way of keeping kids off the street.
Nice.
Yeah, so I know we're running down to our last few seconds here.
Yeah.
Again, let us wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We hope you're
Merry
loving
Christmas.
the time with your family, and if it's crazy, those are great memories too. So
Soak 'em in.
embrace it. That's
Yeah.
right. Thank you so much for being with us. We want to thank all those sponsors that we mentioned: Horizon Inspections, Rego Pest Prevention, Indie Realty.
And Horizon Inspections.
Yeah, we'll see you next year.
John Spur, yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
we
we
say
got
John
one
Spur?
more. Did we have one more? No, we don't.
Let's
This is the last one.
say Arizona Sands Club
Yeah.
just for fun.
Yeah, Arizona Sands
Yeah,
Club. We
this-
love you.
All right.